last but not least. All right, everyone. We've got another unboxing video. I know I just did one about a month or two ago, but that was all Dragon Ball. This one's all Pokemon now. So we've got our Pokemon back that we submitted back in December, and this is probably the first time I've done one, a bulk one, since looks like August of 2025 was the last bulk submission I got back for Pokemon. I've done a couple other Express or Super Express recently, and then here's my Dragon Ball bulk, but this is the first one that we've done for Pokemon for a while. And they just completed it June 29th. So we're going to do the real grade reveal here on this video. You can see I haven't shown it myself because I've been waiting for this video to see it. Just got them back today. So I am excited to see. This one's going to be a cool one, as you can maybe tell from the title. I've got a full set of Yu Nagaba submitted, so including the Pikachu. So we're gonna review these. We're gonna see if I got lucky on the Yu Nagabas. I've tried it once before, about a year and a half ago, and I didn't get it. So this is my second chance at it. So those 10 cards, we're gonna hold off until the end when we come upon those. But everything else, we're just going to go through. Okay, yep, I just did this recently. You think I'd remember which one is the back and which is the front, but I don't. So we're going to set these up. Got 48 cards, a mixture, of course, Yu Nagaba, that's 10 of them, and then 38 other cards that I've came across. Took me, as you can see, since my last bulk Pokemon about a year ago. It took me a while to be able to find enough cards that I wanted to actually submit. I gave up on grading for a little while just because it wasn't doing too well with my submissions. It was taking a while, and it just wasn't something I wanted to do. But kind of toward the end of last year, or the fall, I just said, well, let me get in one more big submission and send it in the new year. So I think I sent this one in, and must have been right around Christmas, right around New Year's. So they received it January 29th, and the completion date was June 17th. It wasn't too long after that, about another 10, 12 days. So it was pretty close to on time. And we know now that the submission times have greatly increased and been turned off a little while for the bulk and the lower tiers. So we'll get right into it. No more introductions are needed. All right, first one, non-Yu Nagaba. Nice Squirtle illustration rare from Stellar Crown. Sweet. Good start to that one. Okay, we're going to do 10s over here, 9s over here. There, got the full art of the Sting, or not the Sting Lesser birds, but legendary birds. All right, 9 on that one. Okay. We know those things are bound to happen, especially those tag teams. I always feel were difficult to grade. Ooh, I love this Keldeo one. Nice. That's another really nice set, the white flare. Ooh, stained glass birds. I had graded quite a few of these back when I was really getting started grading in 2024, and I didn't do too well with those. I think I got maybe 1 out of 5 were a PSA 10. Nice. This one is very iconic card, very well known to most people within Pokemon. Ooh, this one I was pretty excited about. I came across this one at a local card store, and looking at it, I was like, I knew I had to pick it up because it looked in such good condition. Nice. Very cool card. Kind of like these, more of the half art EXs are really nice. Okay, good start. From Premium Collection, I did a sequential Espeon and Umbreon, just to give it a shot. Ooh, very cool. Very cool. I don't think that one's like too expensive, but you know, those nice ones. Okay, here's probably one of the Yu Nagabas right there. I do have a couple other Japanese that I submitted in here too, so they may not all be. Actually, I did submit like these aren't all grails, these aren't all chase cards. Some of these, you know, I just picked up, and if it's at the time a $7-8 card and can grade it, and, you know, these ones people like to pick up if they're around $100-$120. They're still pretty inexpensive for people to get into the slabs and start collecting those. Another one of my favorite cards, Snorlax. I tell people a lot of time, it reminds me of Candyland for some reason. I don't know, just the color, the bright colors of it. Very cool. This one, I've had this one a few times at my table. It definitely doesn't last too long, that's for sure. People always seem to love that card. This was another one I picked up at a card store. Might have been the same time as that Mega Mewtwo. Ooh, very nice. I'm always a big promo collector. I think promos are always nice to have. You'll see in a little bit here. There's one promo in particular. I think I submitted 5 or 6 of them. Nice Roaring Moon. I think I've got 1 or 2 of these even right now that I've just been picking up. I still think a lot of Paradox and Temporal Forces, if it's under $200. Bummer. If it's under $200 for a PSA 10 of some SIRs from Temporal or Paradox, I think those are pretty good pickups right now, since everything else has been just climbing crazily. And here's that promo I was talking about. My favorite promo, I think, right now of the modern era, and what got me back into kind of collecting and wanting to get more into the hobby again. That one got a 10. Okay, I think this one I've got 5 or 6 were submitted in this one, just because I love it. Oh, here we go. Let's see if we can do 2 for 2. Perfect. Oh, we're just gonna keep going on the. That one pulled off the 9. Yeah, in hindsight, 2020. This one a little bit bottom heavy. So now once it's submitted and you see the grade associate, I can see sometimes very clear. Okay, there's one of the Yu Nagabas. We're gonna set this aside, and then we're gonna reveal them sequentially. Okay, there's another one. We will do that at the very end. The last 10 cards will be Yu Nagabas. So we'll just keep checking. Like I said, there's a couple other Japanese ones in here, so I don't want to get those mixed up. Nice. Mewtwo V. Beautiful. There are some other Vs that you'll see in here. I do like the full art Vs, even if they're nothing too expensive. I think they just look really, really nice. Like these ones. This one's a little bit older one from the XY era. Oh, got a 9 on that one. Okay. Okay, Yu Nagaba's there. Let's see what else we got. Okay, non-Yu Nagaba Japanese. Now, even without looking at the grade, now I can see it clearly. That left to right is a little bit off. So I would expect no surprise there once I see it. You know, you think, at the time I'm thinking, oh, it'll get a 10. There ain't no worry. I wouldn't want to send it in unless I was going to get a 10. But sometimes as well, can just throw it in for a coin flip. Nice, another promo card. Yeah, see, doing pretty well. I'm looking at the 2 stacks now. I don't know, we're not quite halfway done yet, but good odds so far. Oh, very nice. Lost Origin. Ooh, spoke too soon. Got a 9 on that one. I got a little ahead of myself there. I gotta calm it down. Okay, another. And then we'll find the numbers for these and reveal those. This one, I bought as a Blue Label CGC 9.5 from a card store. I was looking at it and I thought, you know, it's pretty darn close. Let me crack it and send it in. I've done that a couple times in the past and I had good luck, but not this time. That's okay. But, you know, at the time I bought it last, probably October or November, I haven't looked at the value of this since, but I'm sure, if anything, it'll at least probably hold its value, maybe increased a little bit. Is that a little, might be hard for you to see. I don't know if that's on the case. That might be on the card, so which would be why it got a 9. Almost like a little scratch right there. Could be on the case, it's hard to tell. It didn't feel like it was on top of the card or on top of the case, but might have been something inside. That's all right. Getting there. Another one. I think I've got 1 or 2 more Japanese cards that I submitted. That's the Umbreon. Second of the Pikachu Vivid Voltage. And 10 on that one. Very nice. Okay, now we gotta be about halfway done. Who knows what those are gonna be, but so far, I think, again, pretty good ratio of the 9s to 10s. Okay, here's what would be the sequential from the Espeon. And I'll try to sell them as a set. We'll see. Ooh, very cool. Let's see. Oh, there's my Pikachu. Might as well put that together. What is it? This way. 210 and 211. Oh, cute little set for somebody. Ooh. Okay, this was a nice one. The 20th anniversary Japanese first edition. Front looks pretty good. I mean, now in hindsight, the right looks a little bit bigger than the left. That could get me, and the bottom looks a little bit heavier than the top. Ah, yep, it got me. That's all right. Same thing again, you know, picked this up end of last summer, last fall sometimes. Sure, prices have changed quite a bit on that. Ooh. I gotta say, love the promos. Nice. This one I might keep for my personal collection. There are some that I will keep for myself that I graded. I've kind of transitioned more to binder collection for myself, but there are still a few PSA 10s that I'll hold for myself. Especially if I can grade them myself, I think it holds a little bit better place in my heart. A little bit more pride on those ones. Ah, dang. I think this is a very sick looking card. Just with the streaks of the kind of speed of Pidgeot going behind it. And it looks just so eye-catching on that one. That's why I did some of those full arts. I just love the look of them. All right, next Lucario. Oh, that one got a 9. Oh, that would have been nice. It's 22222 is the last 5 digits. That would have been pretty cool as a PSA 10. Oh, and there's the Pikachu that will start off the Yu Nagabas. So at least we know that one should be the first in the sequential line. All right. Just got a couple of those now. I forget what the population is of that one. I'll flash it up here on the screen, but I think it was getting pretty high up there. We got the Marshadow. I remember when this card first came out, it was, you know, as most cards do, very highly priced. Still had to settle down. Now if it's in the $15 to $20 range, feels a little bit better. And this one, yeah, this one too looks a little bit slight right heavy. I kind of have the rule, if I could see it pretty clearly with my naked eye, then I won't try to submit it or even measure it. But yeah, that one feels a little bit, but it must be right on that cusp of 55, 45. I'm not complaining. I will take it. Throw back to some nice 151. We got stained glass birds. Let's see if we can get a... couldn't get the Zapdos to pass. That's right. Okay, now those 9s are catching up a little bit more to those 10s. Another 151. How do we do on the Blastoise? Take it. What was that one? The Blastoise, the Zapdos, and the Alakazam. Probably my 3 favorites from 151. I'm just not a big fan of that Charizard from 151. I'm sorry if you are. I'm sorry if you're a Charizard fan. But it just doesn't all the way do it for me. I like the line of them. The Charmander, the Charmeleon, and the Charizard. But just not that one by itself. And now we've got the secret Snorlax VMAX. Nice. Very cool. I forgot. I don't remember if I had submitted this one as a sequential, just for funsies. Lucario. I don't know. It don't matter. Oh, as I say that, it's a composite. 235, 236. So we'll see if someone wants both of them. Maybe we'll give that a shot. This just seemed to be the submission of sequentials: the Espeon, the Umbreon, the Snorlax, the Yu Nagabas. Oh, I was just in a sequential kind of mood, I guess. This card, it's a little bit low. I think it's like 60, 70 bucks as a PSA 10 now, but a lot of Steelix fans out there, and I don't know, someone will hopefully appreciate this one. Oh, don't fall. Ooh, another Oricorio. Nice. 2 for 2 on that one. I mean, I think Conda's work is just amazing. So, you know, promo collectors, anyone who likes their artwork, a lot of people will be into that one. We've got the birds 10 on that one. Nice. So we just missed out. One of them got a PSA 9, but a couple other. I think I might have had 2 of those or 2 of the other one. I forget. Yep, 2 of that one. Let's see how this one is. Nice. 2 10s on those. So I guess for my tag teams, not bad. 3 out of the 4 tag teams I submitted got 10s. That's pretty good for me. So at least I got a little bit better in trying to understand those. Didn't have the other 2. Don't have the Entei and the the Entei and the Suicune submitted. This was one that I just saw at a card store and had to pick it up because it looked so clean. Very nice. Here's another example of a kind of a full art V that I think the background is just so eye-catching to go with it that, you know, it's just probably a $5 card. And it's nothing too crazy in a PSA 10, but I just love it, and I think someone else would appreciate it. They'll still appreciate it, just won't be as a PSA 10, I guess. And that's all right. Yeah. Same thing, like very visually appealing background with the Genesect. Yeah, we're not doing too good on those full arts. We got the Mewtwo V is in there. But a couple of the other ones, tough to do. Oh, those really should be again. Maybe a little bit bottom heavy on that one. Yeah, the one thing I always check first, make sure there's no whitening on the back, but can still miss a few things when it comes to the left and right centering. Ooh, I almost forgot it. I submitted this one. This would be a nice one. Very cool. Be nice to get a sequential of this one and the Tyranitar would look pretty nice together. Wow, that one's cool. I love that Groudon. Okay, there's our 10s. There's our 9s. Not too bad. About 2/3 of these so far were 10s, 1/3 of PSA 9s. That's not too bad. But now the time has come. What everyone's been waiting for is the Yu Nagabas. So let's see if we can find it. We got 197. Okay, 203. Then 204. Okay, then 205. 206. And then 198. Make sure I don't accidentally reveal this to you or myself. 199. 200. 201. And 202. Okay, there is our 10 left to right. So we're going to start, of course, with the Pikachu. This is the first one in the sequential set. Let's see how we do. Okay, we're off to a good start. We got one of one so far. Only 9 more to go. No pressure, no big deal. Here, we'll start the Yu Nagabas right there. And hopefully, we can keep it going for the rest. Now, I did submit these also sequentially, do it by card number. So 62 is the first in the evolutions line, then 63, 64, 65, and so on. Well, all right. There we go. We got the EV. Whew. I know it's only 2 cards, but it's already heart pounding to begin. I don't know what I'm going to do if I get to that last card and have a good success rate. We got the Vaporeon here, number 63. All right. Beautiful. Okay. The last time I did this, in one of my submissions, I think my Glaceon was a 9 and my Flareon was a 5 or a 4 or 5 or something. So I had 2 the last time I submitted this that were not PSA 10s. So hopefully we can be all 10 for 10 on these ones. Jolteon, got a 10. Okay, we got 4 down, 6 to go. Who's next? Now the Flareon. Okay. Again, I mean, I think I had to go through a couple raw versions of all these, picked out a few, and picked what I thought was the best one. Okay. And then I sold off the other raw versions that I did not grade. Oops. Okay, we got 5 out of the 10, so we're halfway there. Perfect thus far. We got the Espeon. Ooh, I don't like to talk myself out of it, but that top and bottom centering looks a little bit, but not enough to throw us into the 9. All right, 60% there. And what's the next one we got? Ooh, another big one. I think the Pikachu and the Umbreon are, of course, the 2 big. Well, Pikachu is the first, most expensive by itself, and then Umbreon. And then I think it's either the Sylveon or the Espeon is ticking up there too. But these Yu Nagabas themselves have just been coming up a lot in the past 6 months. I remember when I was first grading these, they would grade PSA 10s, and I had them stickered at 65, 70 for a lot of them. Go back and watch some of my earlier videos. You'll see me selling these for like $65 as PSA 10s. It was crazy. We've all got those stories if we've been collecting for more than a year now. Okay. Got a 10. 7 for 7. Whoo. Okay. Let's keep it going. Keep the streak alive. Number 8. Leafeon, number 68. I like the look of this one. This is of course, like the Yu Nagaba line art is very unique, but I don't know, just the way the line work catches the tail as a leaf and just the uniqueness of this one. Ooh, all right. 8 for 8. Now we're getting serious. Now it's getting down there. Glaceon. So close. So close. So close. We almost made it. RIP sequential set. But that means that we still have, last but not least, a 9. Okay. I don't feel so bad because if only one was a 9, then I'd be even more heartbroken. But getting 2 9s, then I don't feel as bad because then there was 2 I missed on. If it was just 1, that would hurt a little bit more. But we were so close. So close. 80% success rate. About the same as I did last time. That's a bummer. Let's see. 205. Let's see if we can nitpick on this one a little bit. And where we say this one got a 9. I think, yeah, the left to right looks a little bit thicker here on this right side. And that's probably the biggest thing on that one. And let's see about the Sylveon. Probably the opposite. Looks like, yeah, you could say the left, a little bit thicker than the right-hand side. Because again, shouldn't be any whitening. That was the first thing I always looked for. And then immediately kicked it out of the submission if it had any type of whitening on the back. Is that a little? No, that's just on the case. Okay. So I think this one, left and right, is a little bit off. This one, the right is a little bit heavy. So, all right. Well, we tried. We still got good ones in here. We still got the other 8. I may just buy 2 other PSA 10s of these ones and then sell it as a set versus a sequential set. I know a lot of times most of the time I don't add on any sequential tags. I think these ones are kind of different when you have 10 of them that are sequential. I think that's kind of a unique situation. So I'll still try to sell it as like a total set just based on what its market value is. I was able to do that last time. I just inserted 2 other ones, the Flareon and the Espeon, and then sold it as a set where some of them are sequential. I mean, this one, at least the first 8 are sequential. So I know there'll still be people interested in it. Might take a little bit to sell, but at least it's there. Okay, final stacks. We've got our PSA 10s versus PSA 9s. So we had 48 cards in total. That's 4, 8, 11. So 15 out of the 48 were PSA 9s. It's roughly just under 1/3, so it's probably what, 67, 68% is the rate. Let's see, we'll do the math. We got already forgot 15. So 33 divided by 48. So 68.75%. Not too bad. That's probably on par with what I usually do. I just get a little bit ahead of myself submitting cards that maybe I know I shouldn't, but willing to take a little chance on it and coin flip them. Well, I'm still happy with that. You know, anytime I can get at least more PSA 10s than PSA 9s, I'm happy. This might be one of my last, at least bulk submissions I do for a while. As we know, PSA has kind of indefinitely closed off those lower tiers. If I come across some other Express, Super Express options to grade, I'll probably still do those. But for now, probably hold off on the bulk, of course, until at least 2027. Who knows? So, had the running total. Like I said, I bought all these cards back in last year, mostly in end of summer, fall timeframe, so prices were a lot different than they are now. I'll throw up like what I think is a rough estimate of what I paid for the total raw price of these cards based on that time frame. Total cost of grading was just about $1,000 with shipping and the grading fees. And then total value, you saw the running total during the reveals. So I think very happy with that. Very excited to get these back. I've got a traveling show coming up here in a week and a half, 2 weeks, and then I've got 3 shows in August. So it'll be a good time to fill up some cases and have some inventory ready to go. So appreciate you watching. Have a fantastic night, day, weekend, whatever you're doing. I'll catch you next time. Thank you so much.